So I made a video a couple days ago where I played the closed beta of Assassin's Creed Codename Jade, and I did a When I Die the Video Ends challenge. And since that was raw gameplay and my first impressions, I wanted to make a more formal follow-up summarizing my thoughts on the game so far and how the overall experience was. And I think the shortest way I can describe it so far was impressive. Now don't get me wrong, it's still very rough around the edges. It's a closed beta after all, and I wouldn't expect this game to release for a while. They aren't even done with the cinematics or the voice lines yet, as some cutscenes had bots speak out the dialogue, which was actually hilarious.
Ying is right to be concerned. We didn't expect so many guards to turn up. Much less the Emperor himself.
The Emperor? But Jingjing's intel is never wrong.
I also had tons of stuttering issues. Again though, these are things that can be fixed and polished up before the full game's release, which I'm hoping the developers are given time to do. But my overall feeling is that for a mobile game, what they accomplished with Codename Jade is very impressive. I'm not big into mobile games and never really have been, so it's not like I have a ton of examples to compare this game to, but I've never played such a massive open world game on a phone before. To be honest, I wasn't even sure if that was even possible, considering the limitations of a mobile device, especially when in comparison to a console or PC. Obviously, it's in a much lower resolution and frame rate, but you don't really notice that when you're playing on such a small screen. And after playing this, I think I and many other people would really like to see this game be ported over to consoles and PC as well. This setting and the visuals would look so great on better systems, higher fidelity and frame rates to go with it. I have no idea if that's possible for them to do, but I think it would be a really smart move. And honestly, I don't think people would have much issue with buying it on a console or PC either, because I do believe this game is supposed to be free on mobile when it releases. So Ubisoft, if you're listening, not sure why you would be, but if you are, that's definitely something that should be considered. With all the content this game has too, the scale and scope is not too far off from a main entry in the series. In fact, a lot of this game is inspired by Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the combat, the quest design, leveling systems, some of the RPG mechanics, and it translates pretty well onto mobile when you're using a touchscreen as opposed to a controller or keyboard and mouse. There seems to be a pretty big emphasis on customization and loot. The stealth worked well. This takes place before Origins, so you're not using the hidden blade, but a dagger instead. And while I love using the hidden blade in these games, admittedly, the dagger has some really cool looking assassinations, especially the chain assassination. I'm really hoping Codename Red has the chain assassination like this game. Even in regards to Mirage, I feel like this is what a lot of people wanted Assassin's Focus to look like, a little more grounded with slow motion instead of using an animus glitch. It looks great. The game itself is pretty huge. I only got to explore a limited part of this game's world, and there was still a lot present. The parkour is fairly streamlined, similar to Odyssey, which is to be expected, especially from a mobile game, although I will point out that the game actually has vaulting animations. As for the story, I mean, I didn't really get a good feel for it, because like I said, a lot of the cinematics and cutscenes are still a work in progress. However, it was really cool to not only see, but play as Wei Yu, and your character that you create is one of his disciples. And he also works with Cassandra from Odyssey, who is of course immortal. Now, since this is before Origins, there's not a ton of Assassin's Creed related lore, again, similar to Odyssey, which does bother me because that's ultimately one of the biggest things I got into this series for, and it does feel rather pointless to set games before the origin story, but I guess that's a personal qualm. I know some people don't care and just want some of these ancient settings, and it's no surprise that the setting and environments look good. It's kind of harder to admire on such a small screen, but I'll say it again, considering it's a mobile game, it's impressive. And all in all, I enjoyed my time with this closed beta. Like I said, it's still very rough around the edges, so I'm hoping they take the necessary time to polish, and if I had to guess personally, we won't be getting this game's full release until probably 2024, maybe even late 2024, because like I said, it looks like there's still a lot to smooth over. But ultimately, for mobile and for a beta, I found what they accomplished impressive. If you're interested in seeing some more gameplay and my initial reactions and impressions, I recommend you check out my video from a few days ago. Let me know if you're considering checking out Codename Jade when it comes out. As always, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and considered subscribing to the channel if you're new. And other than that, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day, Assassins.